Well, it's of huge importance not only to Ford, but the auto industry in total. And I think industry is total as well as consumers in general that have to cross the border every day. First and foremost, we add up to an hour per vehicle for transit time. We have engines that come off our line in Windsor that eventually get over, within 4 hours we get them over to a Michigan truck plant, and that same day we can put them into a truck and final assemble a vehicle. What we need to do though is ensure efficiency at the border. If you look at independent studies, they've shown that the average vehicle cost is inflated by $200 per unit for vehicles that have to transfer across the border right here in Canada versus the U.S. in the Windsor point. And the reason why is because of major inefficiencies at the border. One of the things that we've also looked at is the pure magnitude of vehicles. If you look at the trade, the U.S. trade is about 750,000 units on an annual basis, comes from the U.S., most of the Detroit area, into Canada. Canada sends over 1.7 million units into the U.S. So if you quickly do the math at $200 per unit, we've got about $500 million on an annual basis that is due to pure inefficiencies at the border. So a great opportunity for us not only to increase our productivity, increase some profitability that would flow through in terms of greater investment in communities and facilities in our plants, but also probably lower cost to consumers if we're able to take away some of these inefficiencies. Ultimately, the consumers are the ones that will win.
First, the significance is that this is, I think, the only meeting that anyone from the Canadian business community will have with the President's Export Council, which reports to President Obama and is attempting to advise him on how the U.S. can increase its exports. So it's a chance really to deliver from Canada some messages directly to the President from the private sector. We do more things together than we do separately. That Canada and the United States occupy a common economic zone, and we compete with other economic zones around the world, in Asia, in Europe, in Latin America. And we ought therefore to be trying to be as competitive as we can, and at the moment we're just not. And primarily that's because of obstacles that we put in our own way, many of which are at the border.